Hi, I'm Mike Nintendo, and I'm going to show you a magic trick that will blow your minds. And after this, my brother Noah will show you how to do it. So first I'm going to start out with showing you that this is a normal deck of cards. Now, I'm going to shuffle it up a few times, just to make sure they're all completely shuffled. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to make 4 piles. Now, before I start this, I'm going to tell you the story about this. Once upon a time, there were 4 kings, and each of these kings were climbing a mountain. At the top of this mountain was a really, really nice and sparkly lake. And, well, they really wanted to get to that lake because they were tired and thirsty and all that stuff. But each of them were climbing a different side of the mountain. So here's one side of the mountain, 2 sides of the mountain, and 3 sides of the mountain, and 4 sides of the mountain. So they were all on different sides of the mountain. So they really they didn't know when each of them would get to the top, and they were planning to meet at the top. So now I'm going to show you. I'm going to take 3 drips of water off the top of this mountain, side of the mountain. Well, not drips of water, just cards. Now I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 down. I'm going to do the same with all these packs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, let's see if all the kings made it successfully to the top of the mountain. Well, they did. And now, here's the explanation. Alright, so I'm Noah Tyndall, and I'm going to show you how that trick is done with the kings. So you're going to take a normal deck of cards, any deck of cards, and before this trick is started, you're going to need to take out all 4 of the kings here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to need to place them, each of them, on top of each other. Now the audience isn't going to know this, of course, because we've done this before the trick has happened. But you know that the 4 cards are all on top right there. So you're going to begin by saying, "This is my trick, blah, blah, blah," all your sayings, and then you begin. You're going to say, "I'm going to shuffle the deck." And you need to take, when you take a pile, here, let me show you. See, the 4 kings are on top. Take a little bit, and make sure you know which pile the 4 kings are on top. Take that, shuffle, but make sure all 4 kings are still on the top. So you gotta leave a little, you gotta put a lot of cards difference on that last. Do it again, say for good measure. And make sure the 4 cards are still on top, and I'll show you that they are still on top here. Okay, so now you're all set up for your trick. You know that the 4 cards are on top. You're going to tell a story about the kings, up a mountain, up a hill, whatever you want to do. You don't need to do a story at all, that's just an option. You can use, by the way, you can use any 4 of a kind, by the way. Okay, so you're going to take about a quarter of the deck from the bottom, not the top. Another quarter, and another quarter, 3rd quarter, and the 4th quarter, they have your kings. They have your kings. Alright, so now you're going to start, you know your kings are in this pile over here. So you're going to start with the first pile you put down. You're going to take the first 3 cards off the top. You're going to say, I'm going to take the first 3 cards off the top, put them on the bottom. Take the first 3 cards off the top and spread them out across each pile. Place that down. Continuously do this until all the piles are finished. as I will do so. Alright, so now this is the left pile, and you know your kings are somewhere in this pile. You're still going to do the same thing, and it will always end up working. Take the first 3 cards, put them on the bottom, take the first 3 cards, spread them out across, and now each pile should have a king. That's how this trick is done.